morning, actually afternoon,
Good
adventurers.
afternoon.
Ever since quarantine started, we've been kind of unsure about what kind of videos we'll be able to make, but a bunch of people have been making suggestions. And one thing that we've gotten, one of the top things, is what is in our suitcases.
Ooh. So we've done a lot of items and gadgets that we travel with, but we've never done a deep dive into what is exactly in our bag. So
yeah, scary in there. I hope you guys are ready.
You're not maybe going to be as impressed as you might want to be.
We make it work, I'd say. And maybe we'll show you something that you haven't thought of before, but we also wanted to open it up to you guys as we're going through this video. If you think of something, or if there's some cool hack that you guys use to pack better, leave it in the comments below. But as you guys might know, we travel pretty much full time, so almost everything we own fits snugly into these bad boys and a couple backpacks, which we're going to show you guys in a bit. So for us, managing the space inside this thing is hugely important.
So we know traveling isn't quite happening at the moment, but it will come back, and maybe you'll be looking forward to doing some road tripping or some nearby trips. So hopefully this will help you prepare for those. Also, full disclosure, we had a really exciting video that we were gonna put out today with a very special announcement in it.
Oh yeah.
But we might have left our GoPro back home, and that has half of our footage on it.
Yes, but stay tuned for that video because it'll be coming out next, and it's got a big announcement, like she said. But before we get started, do you want a soda pop?
Yeah!
We got soda pops, y'all.
Well, sparkling water flavored like soda.
You want root beer or the raspberry lime?
Root beer, thank you.
Root beer for the lady. Raspberry lime for me. We love getting all these different types of sparkling waters. Some of them are just so delicious. This one is my favorite.
Well, this one's my favorite because it's like I get to have a soda. There's no sugar. Thanks.
We have the bigger carry-ons from Away. Away actually makes one size smaller than this that will fit in the overhead bins on airplanes. With these bigger ones, you can still fit in most bins, probably 95% of overhead bins, but you get a little bit extra space, which made all the difference. We actually bought the smaller ones and tried them out, and then ultimately realized these were the ones for us. Ours have been through the ringer a little bit. When you travel as much as us, I mean, you put a lot of wear and tear on the suitcase quicker than you think. Luckily, these are rugged and very durable. Haven't poked a hole in it yet. The zippers still work, which I cannot believe the way that we abuse these.
Mine still works. Yeah. Every time I zip it up, it is like a battle. Easy peasy.
These suitcases have locks built into them, which I recommend if you want to keep your stuff safe. We travel with a lot of valuables in here, so it's very important to us. Back here, you're going to see a little charger. You can do like 2 whole phone charges, I think, with this. Yeah. Comes in super handy, so we try to charge that up before we start traveling.
But you can't check this though, so it has to stay in your carry-on, so make sure you pop it out if you end up checking these bad boys. The most important feature of this bag is its 4-way rolling capabilities. So we have gone through a lot of iterations of bags throughout our years. Yes. We had backpacks that were hiking backpacks that
my back still hurts from that experience. We traveled for 2 years, I think, like that.
Yeah. So then we changed to a hybrid rolling backpack. Yeah. That's it.
Backpack and rolling suitcase.
Rolling suitcase backpack. It was an Osprey. We thought, oh, this is best of both worlds. We can roll or we can put it on our backs. Never once did we use it as a backpack. And the rolling was cool, except that you could only pull it behind you. But with these, with the 4 wheels, you can push it, you can pull it.
You can just sit on it and ride it around if you want to.
You can. They're sturdy enough for that.
And then we have our other bags that we oops, mine's already open. It's all open. Okay, I did not prepare for this.
Well, this is how Eric travels anyway. They're always open. I'm running after him in the airport being like, Eric, gosh dang it.
So I'm going to talk about this bag in a little bit more detail later, but the most important thing, this strap allows it to go around the handle that comes out of this suitcase. So you put it on here and it all becomes one unit. You don't have to worry about it falling off.
Yeah, rub it in my face because mine does not have it. I tried so hard to find a backpack that looked the way I wanted with the strap. Didn't do it. Although, this has a nice big fat bottom, so it sits on there pretty well without falling.
We actually get people asking about this backpack all the time. We are going to have all the stuff we're talking about listed in the description below. This one is from Ka and Key.
Yeah, so it's a diaper bag, but that means it's just big enough and spacious enough to store all of my crap.
I see what you did there. Pretty clever. She's a smart one.
I actually didn't.
this is what my bag looks like on the inside. There's 2 compartments here. There's one that has this nice little netting area to hold everything in there. And then there's a side over here that has this little compression strap to hold everything in. I like to keep all my clothes and stuff on this side because it's the side with the compression strap. And I think that that does a really good job of just cinching everything in and taking up as much space as possible. I used to compartmentalize like crazy and I would have all my clothes in packing cubes, but the problem with that is that the clothes can't just kind of fill all the available space. So as you can see, I just kind of put everything in this whole open area and try to fill every single possible nook and cranny. And then with the compression strap, it kind of pushes it and flattens it even more. So I really feel like I'm taking up as much possible space in here as I can. Basically, have all the essentials here. I just kind of keep all my shirts in one spot, keep all my underwear here, my unmentionables, if you will. Pants and shorts, and then some loose items like swimming trunks, some pajama pants, some workout shorts. And then right here, probably one of the most important items in my suitcase, these are compression socks. We picked these up at an airport earlier this year, and oh my God, these are lifesavers.
I can't believe we traveled so long without them.
No. Whether we're driving on a long road trip or we're sitting on a plane for a long time, we wear these bad boys because apparently they keep the blood from settling in your legs or something like that, but they make your legs get a lot less tired. They're better for your legs in the long run. Compression socks. Brought to you by The Endless Adventure. Should we make our own custom compression socks and sell them?
Yes,
would you guys buy those? Let us know.
I'd buy them at least.
It'd be basically this, except it would say The Endless Adventure right here. It'd be pretty tacky, but whatever. I don't usually get very many questions about the clothes that I travel with. Usually people are asking Allison that because I guess they're a bit more curious. I just have a few shirts of different colors, 5 or 8 pairs of underwear. I keep getting them all the time because I wear them out so quick. I have a bunch of different pairs of socks, some shorts and pants, and that's it. I also have a dirty clothes bag, which actually comes with the away suitcase. It's awesome. So as I dirty clothes, I put them in here, and then I end up just putting this on top here like that, and then I just kind of put it in whatever the most available air. What?
My knees are totally in that chest.
What I was trying to say was I just kind of put it on there and then I put the compression strap over there and then this holds everything down. Oh, and I forgot to mention this thing. I have a couple little accoutrements inside here. This is basically odds and ends that I don't use very often that I don't really have anywhere else to put, but there are like some memory cards in here, some credit cards that I don't ever need. This is actually very important. Emergency poncho, you guys. We should brand these too. Endless Adventure emergency ponchos. Oh, great idea. Enough of all that boring stuff. Let's get to the electronics, y'all. I keep everything in the electronic world over on this side. This is where I get a little bit more compartmentalized. I've kind of found this perfect way that everything can kind of fit snugly in here. And if I put anything in the wrong way, it just doesn't fit. I'm sure there's probably a better way to do this, but this is the way I do it. So I've got my toiletries right here. Technically, there are some electronics in here like a shaver, so it still counts as electronics. Then over here, I have my drone, and you can see that there's a little wheel well here. So the drone actually fits perfectly in here. I have the smallest possible case for it, and the controller kind of lodges right in there like a little piece to a puzzle. It's meant to be. What we try to do is always buy the smallest version of everything. So I've got the Mavic 2 Pro here, which is one of the smaller drones you can get of this quality, but I got, more importantly, the smallest possible case, and you can see that the controller just sits here on the outside, so it takes up as little space as possible. I can actually put this in my backpack as well, and it fits perfectly. And then over here, I just have some loose stuff. This is a little carrying case for my voltage converter, which I highly recommend. This actually keeps your electronics a lot safer when you travel. We'll have a link to this as well in the description. And then I just have a bunch of loose electronics like chargers and stuff like that in this little bag. Down here, I carry a very important item, my Nintendo Switch charger. This is actually a battery operated light. So this is another example of buying the smallest possible thing that you can. This really helps when we're in really low light situations. I don't use it that often, but probably a couple times a month, and it's worth it to have it in my bag. You can see it takes up barely any space at all. It's super light, so I keep that right there. And then a little sneaky hiding spot for this little tripod, which I use from time to time. To further compartmentalize stuff, I have this blue case, which is basically a bunch of electronics that I use all the time. So when I get to a new place, I take this out, set it on the table, open it up, and then it stays open the entire time. This case actually came with a bunch of foam in here that you could rip out to make your own custom little compartments in here, which I used to do, but I ended up having so much stuff that I found that I can get more space out of it if I literally just like put everything in perfectly like a little puzzle. See, so everything has its spot, so you take up as much space as possible. There are also some pockets here where I can stuff some other miscellaneous stuff that I don't use that often, like GoPro accessories. I do usually stuff this a bit too full, so you can see that it's starting to rip there, and I broke the zipper off over here actually too. So I might have to replace this pretty soon, but for now, it still gets the job done. Organization, y'all. Is that all? Am I done?
You have to do your backpack?
Oh yeah, the backpack. Haha. I always had trouble deciding between getting a backpack that just has a lot more space in it, that's more of like one of those hiking backpacks, or one that's more for camera gear. So ultimately I've decided to go for the one that is more for camera gear. It's a little bit heavier just without anything in it, but it's also very compartmentalized, which works for all the little bits and bobs and gear that you have. Most of that stuff I carry around with me while we're traveling so that I have quick access to it. There's this tripod that I usually have strapped right here. This is super light. Inside this main compartment, I just have a bag of accoutrement, which is just like chargers and hard drives and all kinds of stuff. Probably the most important item that I travel with, my Nintendo Switch. Can't leave home without it. I also forgot to show you my headphones, which I had out already, but they're usually sitting right in here. We have rather large pairs of headphones, and that's because it's worth it, you guys. It's worth the space that it takes up. We switched from those little Apple earbuds to these Sony headphones. The sound quality is amazing. They're noise canceling. It's so much better for editing videos, especially when you're on a plane or a bus or somewhere noisy. Is that too far? Too much? You can actually customize these little compartments down here. I have my computer charger, which is always there. I have usually a reusable cup that we use when we're getting coffee when we're out and about, and a couple other little bits and bobs like that. Nope, I forgot to show you one more important item. Eye mask. It's actually a really fancy one. Linked in description, what?
So, as you can see, my bag looks a little different from Eric's. It's mostly clothes, and it's way more stuffed than his. Let's start in the zippered part, which half the time I can't even zip this. It's usually just rolled up and over here, and I just smush everything with this side when I close it. But as you can see, it fit today. I really made it work for you guys. We used to compartmentalize everything. I had a bunch of bags that I would put in here, but the same thing happened with me where it didn't quite fill up all of the space in there. So this is the only leftovers of the compartmentalizing days. This is my sock and underwear bag, so we won't open that one. Although, I will say, overpack underwear. That is one thing that you always want to have a clean pair of and not accidentally forget to wash it the night before. Because that's
life advice.
That stuff. Yeah. Here I have just all of my t-shirts in a nice pile. I really like white shirts, and I have to take a bunch of them because I stain them. So I have different options for white shirts. I find they also mix and match well. And then I have some of my, I think mostly skirts and some dresses over here. I pack way too many skirts and dresses, but as you guys know, we also do a lot of Instagram stuff. So I have to be practical, but also look a little nice some days. So I love packing maxi or midi dresses and skirts because I find that they transition easily in cool climates. I have some leggings. I've got a white pair and a black pair. I put these underneath all of my skirts and dresses if it gets cooler out. I also have a pair of tights so I can layer up. So that is my hack. Get things that you can layer. I usually travel with one sweater. This is my go-to at the moment, and it matches with every shirt, dress, skirt I have. So that's my best advice for you. We learned early on that having a bunch of bags is like reusable bags comes in really handy for grocery shopping. Obviously, we can take these for produce and stuff, but also if we're going to the beach or if we have excessive dirty laundry or anything like that, we can stuff these full of whatever we need. This is my workout corner. This is where I keep all my mini bands and sliders. So I do a lot of YouTube videos on the road. Normally I like lifting weights, but obviously I can't have those with me. So this is my arsenal now. Sliders, mini bands, booty band. Gets the job done enough. Yeah, summer bod, here I come.
Jesus.
So shoes, this is always a tricky one because I like to have options, but you can't really when you're traveling this light. So this is a big tip I have. Get a nice quality shoe bag because sometimes your shoes get real dirty on the road and you don't want to get it all over your clothes, so you can pop them in here. This is washable. This might be a luxury item for some people, but I have to have tennis shoes on the road, again, because I love working out on the road. I typically have one pair of sandals. Right now they're brown, sometimes they're black, just that can, again, go with everything, like my sweater. I've got so many shoes in here. Flip-flops. These are lifesavers when you're staying at hostels, when you have a pool day, when you have an Airbnb that's really cold and you don't want your feet to get on the ground. Eric and I both have a pair and they come in so handy. And here I have, oh God, I'm scared to touch these, they're so dirty. My Vans. I always have a pair of sneakers. As you guys might notice, I wear them almost every day with skirts, with dresses, with jeans, with shorts. We do a lot of walking. These have held up so well. I used to wear Keds. They do not hold up as well. Vans for life. And this is a new one that I've had for the past few adventures we've gone on. Water shoes, because we do a lot of water adventures, and these have a nice little sole and padding so that we don't have to kill ourselves on pebbly lakes or rivers or whatever. And they keep the fish from biting you.
The fish are nibbling on my feet. It's really terrifying.
And that is why I'm wearing water shoes. All right, we're getting there. Whew, Lord. I got my umbrella and my rain jacket. Two things that I don't travel without anymore because it really sucks being in the middle of a downpour and not having things. And a lot of people, I feel like, skimp on these items, but because we're constantly on the road, we're gonna run into a rainstorm. Well, should have seen that coming, but I look really cool and I'm not wet. These are super lightweight, super compactable. They work for me. I also travel typically with 2 pairs of jeans. Got the one on, my second trusty pair of jean shorts for if it gets hot, and then my jean skirt, which has been with me for years now. It's like a staple. It goes with all of my t-shirts. You can dress it up or down. Swimsuits, because we swim a lot. Hat for when you just can't do your hair. I only have 1 pair of pajamas. I wear them all the time. Oh my God, I have so much hair and all this stuff. It's gross. This is probably overkill, but this part of my bag is all workout attire. Lord. All right, I think that's it. Yeah?
Nice job.
Sorry, that's a lot of, I have so much stuff. On to the backpack. Ugh. Also, I'm so bad at sitting cross-legged. Oh, it hurts. I've gone through a lot of backpacks in our travels. This one has been my trusty one for maybe the last year. It's starting to get nasty. I'll replace it eventually. But I love that it is so big. I can fit everything in here. And it's a little rugged, so I can go on hikes with it or wear it, you know, like when I'm wearing a dress and to a nice cafe or something. What do I have in here? Curling iron. This is the only like tool that I travel with. I haven't used it in maybe 6 months, full disclosure, but I have it in case I want to look nice. My camera. This goes nicely in there, or I can wear it on travel days if we need it. This clear bag is perfect for travel days. A lot of the TSA people will let this go through and I don't have to take everything out and put it into a little plastic bag because it's already see-through. So that is a good hack. Little makeup bag. This is my little electronics bag. Much smaller than Eric's. But you can see how nice it is. I got my laptop charger, my phone charger, and then these are HDMI cords in case, or low. What are they?
They're USB-C HDMI dongles, basically.
Yes, so we can put our laptops onto the TV. I also have my headphones down in here. They're a little heavy, but they fit perfectly down at the bottom, which is nice. And then things like dry shampoo, a bunch of scrunchies, and then my laptop normally goes in this section. Oops. And then finally, this is my little carrier with ibuprofen, Dramamine, Tums, eye mask.
All the mom stuff.
All the Band-Aids, all that kind of stuff. It's just kind of my little kit for keeping us healthy and happy. Is that all I have? I think that's it.
You say that like you don't have a lot.
One other tip for travel days is to wear all of your heaviest and bulkiest items. So my sweater is always around my waist or I'm wearing it. I wear my Vans because they're my heaviest shoes. I usually wear jeans because they're heavy. I just pile all my clothes on.
Well, I hope that was helpful in some way for you guys. I'm sure you've noticed we're not experts at this, even after doing it for almost 5 years now.
Yeah.
But we have learned a few things here and there, and I think a lot of it is just practice. You got to go out and you got to travel and see what you feel like you're missing, or see what you can downsize, see what you can do without. I think that's one thing that we've picked up on over time, is that we've just learned what we can live without, or what the necessary items are. Our videos are pretty much caught up, so you're going to be watching this tomorrow. So this video is only a day old.
As we mentioned at the beginning and throughout the video forever, we will link to as many items as we can down below. But let us know if you have any questions about specific items if we don't list them below, or if you have just questions in general.
Or
we'll
if
try
we
to
just
get to as many
did a
as
horrible
we
job and didn't
cover
we've something.
never done a full packing guide. I don't know.
It's hard.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff to it that you don't even think about.
No. All right. Goodbye, adventurers.
We'll see you on the road.